Okay folks, so in this tutorial I'm just going to introduce you to smart objects and explain the advantages of using smart objects within Adobe Photoshop and compare them against using a normal kind of bitmap or raster version of a graphic. So at the moment what I have is this image or PNG of Batman on this layer. What I'm going to do is duplicate the layer to make a copy. I'm just going to name this Batman Smart. So I'm later going to convert this into a smart object. What I'll do is just move the Batman Smart layer just to the right here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on this layer and convert to smart object. There's a variety of different ways you can do this, convert for smart filters, which will also convert this layer, but I'm just going to right click on it. It makes it easier working with the layer. I prefer doing it that way. Convert to smart object. Now you'll notice that there's one significant difference between the thumbnail of these two images, and that's this little icon down in the corner here. And what that's doing is that this layer has now been converted into a smart object, so it holds particular properties which are different to this image. Now, in essence, how the smart object works is it records the information of the layer before any transformations or adjustments have been made to the layer. So it retains all the information from the original image, if you will. Now where that can become handy is when you're resizing or continually editing an image. This can affect pixelation or a variety of different elements with a particular image. So let me give you an example. If I select both of these layers together, I'm going to do an edit free transform. I'm going to just scale these, so I'm holding in my shift key to constrain the proportions, and I'm just going to resize them down to here. So I'm going to commit to that transform. I'll just deselect. What I'll do is select these again and Command T from a shortcut for free transform. I'm just going to hold in the shift key and just bring them back up again. Now, before I've even committed to the transform, you'll notice straight away there is a difference to the image and the way that it's been represented, and with it being scaled down and rescaled back up again. Remember, the one on the left here is my original Batman image, and the one on the right is the Batman Smart image. Now I'm just going to commit to the transform, and this will clean up, but ever so slightly. If I zoom in here, there is the Batman Smart, and there is the original image. Okay, now that was just one simple kind of reduction in size and then bringing it back to full scale, and you can see the difference in what it's done to the image. Now, furthermore from that, what we can do is I'm going to keep both of these images up, but I'm going to save this document just now. So I'll save it on the desktop. I'll just keep it as Batman PSD for this purpose of the tutorial. I save that. Then all the information that obviously we have, the layers here, are all embedded within the Photoshop file, including the Batman Smart object. Now, if I wanted to edit the Smart object in a non-destructive method, if I can get my words out, then that's not going. What that's going to do is it's going to allow me to continually edit it without harming the original image. And again, coming back to when I was discussing the point behind smart objects, is that it allows you to retain the original information based on the original image in its kind of raw format, if you will. What I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on this smart object layer, and I'm going to go to edit contents. Now, this box is just coming up and it's just saying, after editing the contents, choose file save to commit the changes, and I'll show you what that means in a second. Okay, so I'm going to just, show me that again, okay that. Now, the Batman has opened up, and I can see it's in a slightly different window. It's cropped, it doesn't have the other image next to it. But if I look up here and tab, there is my Batman PSD where my smart object belongs. But here I have this new file, batmansmart.psb, which is my smart object. And what that's saying is that it's now taking me into almost another Photoshop document, which is going to allow me to apply any kind of edits or changes to this object or this image and layer within the smart object. So, for example, let's pop on a couple of adjustment layers just. Okay. Brightness and contrast. Take brightness down. Difficult using these when you're not going to see a huge great deal of difference. Perhaps maybe what we'll do then is, in fact, we'll leave it like that for just now. We'll get the idea. There's the original image, and that's me with the adjustment layers on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to File, Save. Okay, and effectively what I can do is I can just close this down. I'm going to go back now into the PSD file. You'll notice that this smart object has been updated with the changes that I had made. I'll just go back into that again for you. And when I go into right-click Edit Content, it opens up this PSB file. And there are the adjustment layers that I popped in place. What I'll do is I'll just get rid of these just now. Just get rid of the full layer. Okay, and perhaps what we'll do is use Magic Wand tool. We'll select this yellow. And I'll just get my paintbrush and I'll fill it red just for the sake of it. There's the wee bit here, so I'll just select these bits. But for the purpose of this tutorial, I'll leave it as it is. Okay, so I've made some changes there, so if I just go to File, Save, jump back to my PSD file, you'll notice that it's now updated within that smart object, even when this is closed. Okay, so that's how kind of smart objects operate. They're handy to apply to an image. What it does do is it protects an image. So, for example, if I did want to paint onto this image or do anything to it, I'm going to get this wee kind of warning symbol coming up to say that I can't do anything unless this smart object is rasterized, i.e. convert it to the same properties as this original Batman layer. So if you are resizing images, if you're planning and editing them in any way on a non-destructive method, and by converting them to smart objects, that's a handy way of being able to keep control of the original images and, as I say, protect the image from becoming damaged in any way, particularly if you're creating a composite image, a composition where you're using perhaps maybe resizing images back and forth. Okay, so you can give that a wee bash and see how that works out for you.